All right, shalom, shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Makakodash. I want to say give double honors to the apostles and the bishop elders of Great Millstone for teaching us this word in truth and sincerity and for ruling well. And salutations to my fellow Akim, the elect. Lord willing, I'm a part of the elect. We're part of the elect. Us men, women, right? And you children that listen and believe and fear in the name of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. I'm my brother Gabari Howard from GMS Hawaii, coming to you with another quick lesson. And this lesson was inspired by this video right here that I watched. Elder Wakaya Kwame from GMS Fear the Most High, Seven God. Hey, please subscribe to his page. Get his numbers up too, because all his videos are extremely edifying. And uh in this video it is entitled Hip Hop Culture is Necrotic and Money Isn't Everything. Let's look up that word for necrotic real quick, right? Because it's let's search for necrotic. So the definition for necrotic is means dead or dying, especially of animals or plant tissue. It can also mean affected with characterized by producing death of a usually localized area living tissue. And that's what hip hop does. Hip hop pushes a death culture. You know, hip hop pushes what is it? It says producing death of usually localized area, right? And that's what hip hop, rap, whatever you want to call it, it produces death. It's a culture of destruction. So in this video, the elder had took out an excerpt from another video he did where Dr. Umar Johnson was speaking on hip hop and says that hip hop has not produced anything for the so-called black community, and then when people try to give their examples of what rap and hip hop produced, they always like to reach out and say, well, oh, it produced entrepreneurs, people that would have never been able to create businesses, was able to use hip hop and build businesses. And when we say few, a lot of these people get offended. But when you look at Israelites, you so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans as a whole, you're not doing well. Very few of our people become um, top pillars in what you call hip hop, right? And then they don't tell you how these people became top heads in hip hop. They'll say, well, oh, this guy used business. Well, it's like I use this image of 50 Cent laying on a bed of money. He got the space, he got the big old crib, he got the big old bed, he got the fresh clothes and laying on a whole bed of money. And for the average Negro, this would be enticing to him or her. This is what they need to survive in this world, because having these FRNs, Federal Reserve notes, will grant you access to resources such as homes, cars, clothes, jewelry. The average Negro kit that they give you in hip hop, right? That's what they would believe. But in reality, very few of our people, exactly like the elder was saying in this lesson, very few of our people will even get to that heights in the so-called rap. And it's not just rap; it's athletes, uh, actors, businessmen, entertainers, whatever. The localized things that they make Jake aspire to have in order to get these resources, but they don't tell you that it's a destructive point. And so my focus in this video that I want to focus on, that's something that the elder spoke about in his lesson, was that our problem is not money. It ain't carnal. Niggas got money. Like if you go to the average ghetto, Jake got piles and piles of money. I don't know what they doing to get it. I know it ain't righteous. So it's not money. Money is not going to deliver our people, right? And niggas don't even understand money, what real money is. Real money is gold and silver. According to the Constitution, okay? According to the Constitution, real money is what? Gold and silver, right? Not saying that you're supposed to be aspiring for gold and silver. It says why gold and silver are real money and dollars are not. This is from Gold, Silver, Buffalo. Throughout the recorded history, true money has been defined as a tangible item accepted for exchange, considered to have value. Diverse items ranging from tulip bulbs to seashells to weaponry have been considered money at some point in history. However, none of these items have stood the test of time. Neither have government issued fiat, neither have government issued fiat currency. Throughout history, all fiat currencies have failed or likely will fail again. Right. And that's where we're at today in this junction that we're in society in this world today. The fiat currency that we have is about to end. And so they have to bring up a new currency, which the new currency is going to be a digital currency via issued out via an RFID chip. Now, that's another video for another time, but you see how the terms of money change in society. But it says currencies are not real money. It says if you ask the average guy on the street to define money, 99 out of 100 will likely answer paper money. The US dollar is similar, the US dollar or similar response. Technically, that's an incorrect answer. Paper money and base metal coinage are just government issued currencies or a form of debt. And that's what we use in this society. You know, debt is highly commodified in this society. You know, that's why when you read the book of Habakkuk, real quick, chapter 2, Habakkuk, chapter 2, Habakkuk, chapter 2, right? When you read Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse, hold on. It says, oh, here it is right here. The water y'all about right. It says, I'll start at 5. Habakkuk 2 and 5. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, which we know that wine is those different philosophies of the ancient world, right? He is also a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell. This is the wicked, this is Esau, and is as death, it cannot be satisfied. But gather unto him all nations, heapeth up unto him all people. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his, how long? And to him that laden himself with thick clay. Now, when you look up that term for thick clay, right? In the Hebrew, that word there is ibatya, and it says weights of pledges, heavy debts. And that's what Esau society is built on. What we think is money is nothing more than debt notes. This shit right here, this is nothing but debt notes, as well as talisman, right? And this is what entices our people. Just put Jake under extreme spell and had you thinking that, look, man, I need money. I need money to do what I need to do in this world. Not realizing that everything we have is given to us by Yahweh, by Shem Yahweh Shai. And we always have enough if we're living with Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. If we're under the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, he's going to give you your daily bread because that's all you really need in this world. You don't need to have an overconsumption of anything in this world. But what hip hop pushes is what overconsumption. And it had you thinking that the answer to all your problems, I just need money. That's why every rap video, you see niggas and money. You see niggas flashing and exhorting all this shit. Look, even this dude, I don't know where this guy was at when he showed him the case of money, but look at this nigga face, because this is not real. This shit ain't the answer. It says money. Rappers in our society suggest that success is measured by the excess and bad behavior. Absolutely. Let's get this real quick. Let's get this, because a lot of people don't realize that, right? It says rappers in our society suggest that success is measured in excess and bad behavior. A vastly reoccurring theme in rap music is flaunting how much money one has. But the rappers usually show money as more of a possession than something that is actually important. And because they have so much money, they do not care what they do with it and just throw it around. This will say to the people who listen to rap that money is not important and that it can be used for things that are not important. It also shows that money can get a person anything, even women, right? So it had you believing that this is what you need to exalt yourself in the world. And like the elder gonna say in this video, money ain't the problem.
Power in the system, the people who are benefiting the most aren't black people. It's people who really own the industry. So if we're trying, we're not talking about hip hop. But it's not a matter of being wrong. I'm trying to give you a different a way of people how they could look at it as.
All right, to hell with all this. I ain't gonna listen to it. But you can see that everything when you listen to it, it's all gonna come back to money and he's making money and all that. Ignoring the culture itself that affects how people treat each other on a daily basis, which is it's good. This ministry, right, is bringing a culture. There's a reason why Yahweh Shai didn't just say, you know what, boom, gonna go up on this cross, make a sacrifice. And once I make the sacrifice, I'm just gonna give everybody that believes in me gold coins. Which is just that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna hand out. The Lord is gonna hand out gold coins because money's everything, right? That's what we need. That's the salvation we need. Most Jake see the salvation we need as money. Just money. You just give me some money and I'm saved. In fact, let me just, I want to get Hebrews. It's never been about the money. Yes, okay, if you lack money, you catch hell, right? We're not going to deny that. But our problem, the root of our problem isn't poverty and it's not money. Let me say that again. The root of our problem is not poverty, it is not money. Therefore, alleviating that poverty and giving us money will not solve our problem because our problem is not money. Jake's problem is not money. You have problems that come from not having money, that's true. But your overall problem is not money. And that's hard for the average Jake to understand because they're so focused on money. They worship money, and money is everything to them. If I can just become a millionaire, all my problems will be solved, everything. Which and then you look at you look at the Jakes that do become millionaires and know that all their problems are not solved. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Our problem has always been a spiritual problem. A bankruptcy in the spirit is a problem.
Exactly. And that's it. That's what I want to focus on. Is like it ain't the money, man. Like my man G Money was talking about crack in the in a movie New Jack City. He said they ain't come back for the cocaine, they came back for the base, right? Jake don't come back for the you know, Jake don't come back for the things of the spirit. They come back for the things that are carnal, for the money. You know, Jake loved money. He had the songs like "For the Love of Money." People will rob their own. Matter of fact, let's get the lyrics for the OJ's money lyrics, right? They said it, right? It says lyric. It says for the love of money, right? It says money because the love of money is the root of all evil. Let me get that real quick. For the love of money is the root of all evil, right? So this is First Timothy 6:10. So it's not money. Money ain't your problem, right? It's the spirit. First Timothy, I'm so sorry. 6:10. First Timothy 6:10. First Timothy 6:10. Right? It says, for the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. Right? So you had Jake even in the ancient world. lusting after money, trying to exalt themselves. It says, for the love of money is the root of all evil. For the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. Exactly. So it's not, money is not the root of either. You know, in the world they say money is the root of all evil. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's the love of money that's the root of all evil. And some people craving money have wandered from the true faith. And you see that today, where these major Israelite groups are selling out, breaking, taking a bribe, and mucking up the word of truth with lies, right? And they leave the truth, they wander from the true faith and pierce themselves with many sorrows because what? They love money. So they'll take a bribe from Esau, right? And when they take that bribe, what happens? They start to water down the truth and they start to bring in other doctrines. Even the apostles are speaking about that yesterday at Kent. You know, you have great men like High Priest Ariar and High Priest Shaw. They took a bag, right? And they started to change the doctrine, right? Instead of preaching Yahweh Shai, they started saying, don't use Yahweh Shai. You say Christ. And then they start bringing in what? Exalting wicked men. And then they start bringing in, those wicked men start bringing in doctrines, false doctrines that you grew up in, you grew up with, like Catholicism, right? Started adding to the precepts, started taking away from the scriptures. And that's the same thing Nate is doing. That's the same thing Taza Blackett did. Called himself the God sent comforter. And the Lord took his ass up off the earth. And he's going to do the same thing with Nate. You got other groups like Sakari. Those dudes, they came up in Great Millstone and they got kicked out for whatever reason. But in reality, they was never about this truth. They were about self gratification, self-grandization, and money, selling everything that ain't nailed to the table. And even if it's nailed to the table, start doing that. Why? Because they love money and the things that money brings with it. Carnality, money, cars, and hoes, money, cars, and clothes. That's all a nigga knows. So going back to this, the OJ's for the love of money remix, for the love of money lyrics, it says money, 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 money. Repeat it 6 times, right? This is a mantra, right? Because you listening to the song and you thinking that you're not really listening to the lyrics. You like, oh, money, 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 money. So that's what you think that you need. Like this is a song called I Want Money. I'm gonna get to that song. I want money, lots and lots money, right? I want to be rich is what the song is called. I believe it's called I Want to Be Rich, right? I Want to Be Rich. Yeah, that's a song by Calloway, right? I want to be rich, right? I want to be rich. Lyrics, right? Yeah, this dude right here, right? Calloway. He had a song called this group had a song called I Want to Be Rich. And it says, imagine, cash, code, that's what I need. These bill collectors, they ring my phone. They bother me when I'm not at home. Ain't got no time to be fooling around. Feet will touch the floors and I get on down. You see, I want money, lots and lots of money. I want the pie in the sky. I want money, lots and lots of money. So don't be asking me why. I want to be rich. Oh, why? Because you think that it's going to bring you some peace. I want to be rich for a little love, peace, and happiness. And that's not going to give you love, peace, and happiness. Money is not going to bring that, right? And so this song would play in the ears of people. This is R&B, like the elder was speaking about. It ain't just hip hop that's fucking wicked. R&B, rap, soul, gospel, all that shit is bullshit, bro. And it all goes back to the love of money. Because people think, especially when I say people, we're speaking to you Israelites. You think that money is going to give you access to things that you don't have. And that's the answer to your problems. And like the elder said in this video, money ain't the problem. It's the spirit. And I've always understood that since walking in this faith. It ain't the money. Our people extremely lack in the things of a righteous spirit. And through following Yahweh Bashim Rashai, that's what's gonna give us the access to these things we may need carnally. And a lot of times you don't even really need the shit that you want. You just want it because you're over inundated by the shit in your life that had you thinking that money is it, and it's not. Right? You see niggas running around here with bucket loads of cash. A lot of it's fake. A lot of it's loaned. Right? A lot of it's loaned. A lot of it's given to you because these niggas do wickedness and evil. Right? Had you thinking that this is the way. And then when it all come out in the wash, these dudes can't even pay their monthly bills. Right? Niggas is on child support, can't support the children. Right? Their jewelry is fake. You know, why do rappers sing about money in music? Why? Because Esau pushes that. Esau pushes carnality, right? Anything that pushes you away from the truth, away from the spirit. This is 1 Corinthians 14:1. Follow after charity and desire spiritual gifts, but rather that ye may prophesy. And the NLT, it says, let love be your highest goal, right? So our highest goal is supposed to be love. And what is love? Following the keeping the laws of Yahweh Bashmi Shai. That's the love of the Most High. 1 John 5:3. So it says, let love be your highest goal, but you should also desire the special abilities the Spirit gives, especially the ability to prophesy. And that's what we hear in this truth, starting with the apostles and the bishop elders, a great millstone teaches us. And that's what we're those are things that we truly desire, the things of the Spirit. Because the things of the Spirit of truth of Yahweh Bashim Shai is what will add on, will have other things added on to us, whether they be more spiritual gifts, even carnal gifts. Not necessarily to be rich, because when you come into this truth, you're not going to be rich. It says, what? Give us our daily bread, right? Right? It's a balance in his faith. This is the book of Give Us Our Daily Bread, KJV, right? That's the book of St. Matthew, chapter 6, verse 11. Yahweh Shai told us what to ask the Father for, and it wasn't money. And we've all been there. Oh, Lord, just let me win a lottery. What you gonna win the lottery for? You get millions of dollars, it's gonna fuck your walk up. It's gonna mess up another brother's walk. You can destroy yourself and others, right? Trying to labor to be rich. And the scriptures speak about that. What? Labor not to be rich, right? Proverbs 23:4. I'm gonna get Matthew 6, but Proverbs 23:4, it says, labor not to be rich, cease from thy own wisdom, right? So you ain't supposed to work to be rich in this world, physically rich. It says, don't wear yourself out trying to get rich. Be wise enough to know when to quit. And that's Jake don't know when to quit, right? So you sell out, you do anything and everything to obtain fame, money, and glory, right? Thinking that this is the answer. And it's not. It's not. That's why this dude looks so uncomfortable. That nigga Lil Wayne looks so uncomfortable when a nigga open up the case with all his money in here, man. Like, nigga, what's this for? You know? That shit's gonna destroy you. And this had you thinking that, and this is the mindset that Jake and the world is into. They really believe that this is the answer. Paper notes with Edomites' faces on it. This is what I need. Right? And if I don't have it, something's wrong with me. Right? And all this shit is fake. This shit ain't even real. A lot of these images are staged images and have you thinking that this is the key to success. If I get enough of these, I'm gonna be good. You know, I gotta have this by the boatload and credit and all this other shit. But that's not it, bro. Money ain't the answer. It's the spirit. And when you look at these individuals, you can tell that they're lacking something, a spiritual wealth. And you look at this nigga's eyes, man. You can tell that. Look at this dude's face. These niggas ain't got no righteous spirit in them. These niggas is consumed by carnality, bro. And that's what this hip hop and music industries and these different industries push. And had you thinking that this is the answer to all your problems, and it's not. Right? What our people truly lack is the faith. So going back to Matthew 6:11, Yahweh Shai said this. It says, but verse 7, Matthew 6:7. But when ye pray, use not vain repetition as the heathen do. For they think that they shall be heard for their very much speaking, right? And you see that now. These heathen, when they pray, including our people that are in the heathen mindset, all they do is a bunch of babbling, thinking that the Lord's going to hear that. And he ain't hearing that shit. It says, be not ye therefore like unto them, for your father knoweth what things ye have need of before ye ask him. After this manner, therefore, pray ye, our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. So these are the things that you should ask the Lord for, that the Lord set up righteousness like it is in the heavens. Give us this day our daily bread, right? And that's what you need, your daily bread. Did not Paul, I think it was Paul, it says, it might have been King David, says, give me neither poverty nor riches, right? Right? That's in, it was King Solomon. The book of Proverbs, chapter 30, verse 8. Proverbs 30 and 8. Proverbs 30 and 8 says, remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me. And in NLT, it says, first, help me never to tell a lie. Second, give me neither poverty nor riches. Give me just enough to satisfy my needs. Right? And that's all you need. But this so-called hip hop, where's it at? So-called hip hop and this music that our people call music, this feeds your carnal senses. So what have you thinking that you need more than you need, right? So it says, I'm sorry, what was that at? Proverbs 38 in the NLT again, it says, second, give me neither poverty nor riches, give me just enough to satisfy my needs. So Jake, you think that you need more than your needs need to be satisfied. So in your mind, it's like, look, I don't want the things of the spirit because it moves too slow. Because when you come into this faith and this understanding, you realize that patience is a necessity in this truth. Patience is long suffering. That when you come into this faith, you're going to suffer more than you're going not suffer. And a lot of our people don't want that. You grow up in the ghetto, you grow up in these disadvantaged neighborhoods, violent neighborhoods, drug filled, overly oppressed neighborhoods and areas in this country and in the world. And then Esau will dangle these rapper niggas in front of you, these few people that have these trinkets in front of you, thinking that, hey, this is what I need to aspire to, not realizing the reason why we're in this condition is because other things of the spirit we lack as a nation, right? What are the things of the spirit? Well, let me read this real quick. The elder brought this out in his video. This is Galatians 5:19. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulation, wrath, strife, sedition, heresies. And that's what the music that our people we consume in this world, especially hip hop, it pushes all of these things. The works of the flesh, envying, murderers, drunkenness. Yeah, you watch Jake kill each other like it's going out of style. Like niggas killing each other like there's no consequence to it. You just doing it. It's just same shit Jake was doing in the ancient world. They're doing now. Brazenly just murdering each other, envying one another. Oh, you got a bad woman. I need her. Not I need a woman like that or a similar woman. No, I need her. You see Jake got his necklace on, his chain, his watch. Oh, I need that. I want that. Not that I want to work for it and sacrifice my time to work hard to get these things. Nah, you want what another man has. Drunkenness. You see that. Niggas overconsumption and alcohol, the using of drugs, reveling, party, and such like. Of the which I tell you before, as I have told you in times past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High. Right? You're in this mindset. You're into all of this. You're gonna die here. You gonna because this is just sin. This is iniquity. So if you're into this, you're going to die here. You're not going to inherit the kingdom on the Most High. You're not going to be saved out of the wrath of the Lord. But the fruits of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering, which is patience, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. So these are the things that we are supposed to aspire for, the things of the Spirit, the fruits of the Spirit. As a nation, that was our problem because we were enticed by our neighbors, these heathens, right? Says the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the ways of the wicked seduceth him. So our people got seduced. We all were seduced until Yahweh Bashim Shah woke us up out of that wicked seduction. And then we realized, man, this ain't the way. Idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, and variance. That's what Jake do. Jake is full of that shit. You go to any ghetto USA, any ghetto USA, right? You're gonna see this shit. And the NLT says idolatry, sorcery, hostility, quarreling. That's all you see amongst you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Jealousy, outbursts of anger, selfish ambition, dissension and division. And that's what this music craze, this hip-hop craze and all the rest of this shit, this is what it pushed. You know what I'm saying? R&B music. Oh, you don't love me enough. You don't show me you love me. I remember when I was a kid, I felt a shift in the music, and I didn't realize what it was at the time, but now I understand. It was a song called Superwoman. I forget, I believe her name was, the lady, her name was Karen something, right? You know, let me see. I remember this shit like yesterday, because Superwoman, R&B song, right? Because I remember, yeah, her name is Karen White. Karen White, this demon, right? I don't even know she wrote this shit. But this demon, she had this song, L.A. Reid and Babyface produced this song. So they wrote this bullshit song, right? And this changed everything. Because before that, you had Whitney Houston singing about she wanted love and she needed love and da 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 da. She wanted the love of a man. And then next thing you know, you had these single black women sitting there at the table smoking cigarettes, looking at their kids in disdain, angry that they gotta raise them in a single household, listening to Karen White song talking about Superwoman. Like early in the morning, I put breakfast on your at your table and make sure that your coffee has a sugar and cream, your eggs are over easy, your toast done lightly. All that's missing is your morning kiss that used to greet me. Now you say the juice is sour. It used to be so sweet, and I can't help but wonder if you're talking about me. We don't talk the way we used to talk. It's hurted so deep. I've got my pride. I will not cry. Yeah, that pride will destroy you, but it's making a weep. I'm not your superwoman. I'm not the kind of girl that you can let down and think that everything is going to be okay. Boy, I only human. And this kind of music changed what you call R&B, right? You wasn't speaking, bitches are speaking about their grievances and shit. And they start having people dissatisfied and not content. Because that's what you really need, man. Godly contentment, man. Right? That's what really matters. It's not money, man. Right? First Timothy 6:6, but godliness with contentment is great gain. Matter of fact, let me read this real quick. But godliness and contentment is great gain, verse 7. For we brought nothing in this world, and it's certain we can carry nothing out. Exactly. So you don't need more than you need. Contentment is good enough, right? But this world teaches us that we have to have more and more and more. And if we don't have it, it's a problem, right? And it's destroying our people, right? Our problem is not money, it's the spirit. It's the things of lacking the things of the spirit. Let's go back to that in Galatians. Where was that at? It says Galatians 5 and 22, but the fruits of the spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith. This is what the Lord taught us, right? Meekness, temperance. Against such things there is no law. right? And they that are Hamashiachs have crucified the flesh with the affections and lust. If we live in the spirit, let us walk in the spirit. Let us not be desirous of vain glory, provoking one another, envying one another, right? We ain't supposed to be like that. And that's the problem. Our people are into that. They're into envying, murdering, drunkenness, reviling, such like, of which I tell you before, as I've also told you in times past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High. And what did he tell them in times past in the book of Corinthians? Was it 6 and 9? Right. I just want to see this in the NLC. Salaki. On the NLT, this verse 21 says, envy and drunkenness, wild parties. And that's what Jake is into. And other sins like these. Let me tell you again, as I before, that anyone living that sort of life will not inherit the kingdom of the Most High, man. Because ultimately, riches is not going to profit in a day of wrath, man. Matter of fact, where's that at? Where's that at? Proverbs. Right here. Proverbs 11 and 4. Riches profit not in a day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death. And what is righteousness? The exercising of the laws of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Having faith and believing in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. That's righteousness. And that's what's going to deliver us from death. Is having faith and hope in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. And we exercise that faith and hope in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua by what? Keeping his laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability, because we're in hell, but still ultimately it's still believing in the Lord, right? That's what's going to deliver from death, not money. You know what I'm saying? Not monies, not possessions, not debt, right? Nothing physical, nothing carnal, man. But Esau don't understand the spirit. That's why he entices Jake that don't understand the spirit with carnality, right? Where's that at? I was in Corinthians. Says but the carnal man, right here. It says 1 Corinthians 2 and 14, but the natural man receiveth not the things of the spirit of the Most High, for they are foolishness unto him. Right. And when we start talking about the things of the spirit to our people, they're in that natural man mindset. They can't understand it. And so it's foolish to them. Oh, well, I gotta practice that out the Bible, man. You know, big white man wrote the Bible, and the Bible is written by man, and they start going crazy, start bugging out because they can't understand the things of the spirit. For they are foolishness unto him, neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned. But the spiritual judgeth all things, and then the carnal nigga will get angry when he start getting judged and hearing a judgment from a spiritual man. But he don't understand that he that is spiritual judgeth all things. Yet he himself is not judge of no man. Right? What that says in the NLT. Those who are spiritual can evaluate all things, but they themselves cannot be evaluated by others. You see? And we are a spiritual people. We're not naturally a carnal people. Even though Jake goes into carnality like it's going out of style, the reason why carnality don't work for us as a people, as a nation, is because that's not our way. The Lord established us to be righteous on this earth, right? He gave us righteous things. Deuteronomy 4 and 5. Behold, I've taught you statutes and judgments, even as Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, my God, my power, commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. So when the nations look upon us and they see us, um, carrying out these laws, such as commandments amongst ourselves, they supposed to look at us and say, surely this is a great nation. It's wise and understanding people. But when you look at Jake today, you don't see that. You see the envying, the murdering, the strife, the quarreling, all the baseness. They don't exhibit a wise and understanding people. Why? Because they're not keeping the laws, such as commandments one to another. They're committing high levels of idolatry, low levels of idolatry. So Jake just looked like a bunch of savages, like any other heathen. And that's why, again, that's why you see it don't work. You look at the nations, you envy what the nations are doing because it's working for them in this world because they're carnal people. Not understanding that they're in their power right now and we are not. So that shit worked for them. So you think, well, if I do what they doing, we I should be able to enjoy this world too. That's not the case. That's why you catching all this hell because you're fighting against your natural inclination, which is your spirit. For what nation is there so great who have the Most High so nigh unto them as Yahweh, our God, is in all things that we call upon him for? And what nation is there so great that have statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law which I set before you this day? Right, because ultimately that's what these nations going to say when they look upon us, especially when we get in the kingdom, right? And they're gonna have to follow after our law, statutes, and commandments. And it's gonna be a harsh judgment if they break these laws. Ain't gonna be no mercy for them. But our people don't understand. Like the elder said in this video, our problem is not money, it's spiritual, man. It's not money, man. It ain't, bro. It ain't at all. We don't this ain't even real money. Let me go back to this. It says currencies are not real money. If you ask the average guy on the street to define money, 99 out of 100 will likely answer paper money, the US dollar, or similar response. That's an incorrect that's an incorrect answer. Paper money and base metal coinage are just government issued currencies, a form of debt. On the other hand, gold, and to the lesser extent silver, fit the historical definition of money and have for thousands of years. So why have gold and silver survived the test of time as a true form of money? And why have gold and silver been universally accepted as money throughout the recorded time? And guess who created silver and gold? Yahweh Bashim Hawashai, right? So why worship the thing that he created versus worshiping the creator? It says, why gold and silver are real money. Here are a few reasons. Gold and silver are liquid, meaning they are easily exchanged, traded, and bartered with or sold for non-monetary government issued currencies. Gold and silver are consistent. That refers to the fact that gold and silver are easily recognized and their appearance and composition have never changed, right? And then I remember in a Constitution, let me say it like this. Constitution, gold and silver is money, right? According to the Constitution, it says Article 1, Section 10, Clause 1 of the U.S. Constitution states that no state shall make anything but gold and silver coin a tender and payment of debts. But we know that that went out the window with different time periods. You had the Gold Act, then you had the whole Silver Act, then you had Nixon. I believe Nixon was behind the Silver Act. Could have been LBJ, but Nixon stopped the transferring the fiat currency into gold and silver, right? He took the standard off. So now you just got paper. And the super elite took all the gold and silver and they hoarded them to themselves, right? So according to the Constitution, gold and silver coin a tender is that no states shall make anything but gold and silver coin a tender in payment, which the states don't even control the manufacturing of money. The elite banking system, the central banks, the Federal Reserve, that's a central bank. It's not a governmental entity, right? It's not governed by the United States or the senators, right? It's governed by a private firms via the super elite. That's why that one Edomite, I forget which one said it. Give me the give me the power to control money. Quote, right? It was by Milton William Cooper. Give me the control over a nation's currency, and I care not who makes its laws. Henry Kissinger. Who controls money controls the world. And these people, they worship the Rothschilds. There's a saying that money is, I think it's money is God and the Rothschilds are his prophets. Let me see like that. Money is God and the Rothschilds are the Rothschilds. Let me see. It says money is the God of our times and the Rothschild is his prophets. You see? That's what they say. And we know that the Rothschilds, the super elite, one of the super elite families, they're behind that. Right? To them, money is God, the God of our times. And that's why Esau got Jake worshiping that shit. You got Jake worshiping money. Because to them, this is their God, not Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Right? And we know that the heathen, they don't recognize the Lord. You know, they give you y'all believe that this is your God. So this is where we're at today. What's that yeah. Their quote says let me see who said this. Money, it says here von Rothschild is really here, it says this is a point of order. Money is the God of our times, and Rothschild is his prophet. Here von Rothschild is really the best of political thermometers. I will not compare him to a tree. So Herr von Rothschild, I believe he said that. It says I might have to go into this in another time. But yeah, that quote is it's extremely, that's a real quote, right? These people believe that money is the God of their times, but it's not. Money is no God. That's an idol. That shit is an idol, and Jake is completely wrapped up in it. And they think that the lack of having these things is the reason for their condition, not understanding that the reason for our condition is that we broke the law, statutes, and commandments of the Heavenly Father, and the curses, all right, that were levied upon us is the reason, is the ramifications of us breaking that law, statutes, and commandments. So being in the ghetto, being without, being the tail and not the head, having a heathen lend to you and you not lend to him, that's a curse, right? So again, like the elder said in this video, our problem is not money. Jake's problem is not money. It's the spirit. It's the lack of the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yamashai. So that we say shalom on to the next.